Hello, everyone. It's Congressman Jamie Raskin from Maryland's beautiful 8th Congressional District. I'm here on Friday, September 2nd for my favorite time of the week, Local Heroes, when we get to salute the people in our community who are making our district such a wonderful place to live and work and to be. We have a special Labor Day Local Heroes segment for you, and I'm recognizing two local heroes, Sam Sadow and Aubrey Hill, who both work at American University and have both been involved in the very successful drive for a collective bargaining agreement. And I'm going to tell you more about what they do at AU, but both of them have been working with our friends at SEIU Local 500 to arrive at the collective bargaining agreement. And I know they've been working with my friend Travis Simon, who is the Director of Political and Legislative Affairs for SEIU 500, which is such a strong and positive force in our community. But Sam is a native of St. Louis and an art historian, and he's been the visual resources curator in the art department at AU since 2016. He's also an adjunct professor in the art history program. He got involved in organizing to give AU workers a voice in the workplace, which is why most workers get involved in union drives. And also for greater job security, more respect, living wages, and a more equitable pay structure and affordable, reliable health care. So he got involved to make AU a great long-term place where workers can come and stay and thrive in their community. And as someone who worked at AU for more than a quarter century, I share those values, and I found AU to be a really wonderful and extraordinary place to work. Aubrey Hill has worked at the AU Career Center full-time for 5 years and was herself a graduate student at AU for 2 years before joining the staff there. Her background is in civic game design, technology, neighborhood organizing, and prison reentry work. She's been involved in organizing with the SEIU Local 500 since before the pandemic. During the summer of 2019, I want to congratulate both of you and salute you on being our local heroes this week. And you stand in for lots of our friends, not just in SEIU, but throughout the labor movement, which is really resurgent and coming back so strong during these times post-pandemic. So congratulations to both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And Sam, let's start with you, because I want to ask you this question. Sometimes people feel that if you get involved with union organizing, it's somehow anti the workplace or anti your employer. As I was saying, I'm so proud of American University and my colleagues there, but I've also been really supportive of the union organizing drive and workers in the workplace. Why don't you just say a word about, what you think about that? Does it make you opposed to your workplace, in this case, the university, to be part of a union drive or not?
I'd say absolutely not. I mean, I think if you talk to, certainly speaking for myself, but talking to any number of my colleagues, we came at this from a position of love. I love my job. I think AU does an excellent job, educating undergraduate and graduate students. I believe in the higher education mission. And so I came at this from a position of wanting AU to be the best, employer it could be, wanting it to be the best higher education institution it could be, and really sort of pushing AU to more fully embrace those values of community, of progress, of sort of a democratic workplace that it instills in its students. And so yeah, I don't think it put, obviously there's, across the bargaining table, there's an adversarial relationship sometimes, but no, it was always from, and remains, I am committed to making AU the best possible workplace it can be. And I'm happy that this collective bargaining agreement, was concluded. And, it is an opportunity here for both the employees and the employer to really just make a huge step forward, and making AU just a wonderful place to work and to go to school.
Well, I appreciate that, and I want to congratulate you and SEIU 500 and also American University on reaching or nearly reaching, a final version of the collective bargaining agreement. That's really a triumphant breakthrough for everyone, and I know it's what the workers have been seeking. Aubrey, let me ask the same question to you, because you were both a student at AU and now you're a staff person there. And I know a lot of people follow that path. A lot of people just love the community and want to stay there. But do you view it as like a fundamentally disloyal thing to be involved in union organizing, or do you feel that it's a kind of institutionally patriotic thing to be involved in?
Definitely the second one. I think that organizing a union at your workplace is all about making it a place that is the best version of itself. It is about helping your workplace and in our case helping AU to live up to the highest version of its values. As an AU student, a lot of students go there because of sort of the political values, because of the promise of being involved in big social change. And I really think that the legacy of that education is how many alumni are part of this union drive and are like, we learned and tried to practice being agents of positive change, and to make this community that we are a part of as strong and supportive as it can be.
Yeah. Now, when I was a kid, when we heard about unions, we were thinking basically about industrial unions. We're thinking about like auto workers and steel workers and machinists. And obviously they're still out there, but they're a much smaller share of both the general workforce and the unionized workforce, which itself is a smaller share of the overall economy. And yet unions are growing now, and a lot of the union growth is happening more in the kind of context where you guys are working, with, a university context or the service industry, and so on. How has that changed the nature of unions, that it's not just people on an assembly line, but it's people who are working in the knowledge sector, in the research sector, in higher education, and so on? Sam, what do you think about that?
I think that it's a hugely positive development. I think when SEIU at the international and local level says a union for all workers, I think that's I take that to heart. I think workers, regardless of their workplace, have more in common than they have differences. And so it's extremely heartening for me to see, the sort of unionism and union labor movement expand beyond sort of its its sort of historical roots in the factory floor, in the mines, in the trades, to places like American University and higher education, where there are tens of thousands of workers across the country who could benefit from the protections and the higher wages, more job security that a union brings.
Yeah. Aubrey, as a Maryland state senator, back when I was in the state legislature, I fought repeatedly to defend the right of workers at Maryland's higher education campuses to organize. In fact, before I was in the state senate, I was the chair of the Higher Education Labor Relations Board, which wrote the rules for organizing on the campuses. And then we fought to expand it, and there's just been a victory to expand the right to organize and collective bargaining to community colleges, which is an exciting thing. Some people have said that adjunct professors are like the migrant laborers of higher education, because they have to move around from campus to campus and stitch together a career out of relatively poorly paid positions. And I wonder to what extent you think the organizing of graduate students and part-time adjunct faculty has been an important thing for uplifting that sector of the workforce at universities.
Yeah, I think it's really important. At American University, actually, our grad students and adjuncts were unionized before the staff were. And I think that, watching and learning from the process that they experienced, helped us to know, what was possible, what we needed to do. And, like, I think that, the labor movement is cumulative like that. Like, we learn from each other, we're inspired by each other. And I think by the same token, our sort of relative size and stability help to then in turn increase the impact and effectiveness of grad and adjunct organizing as well, because we can help them to maintain some continuity as they ebb and flow a little bit. And so I think that really thinking of a campus as an ecosystem for labor organizing and how we can all interact and support each other and amplify each other's effect is a really, really big deal.
Well, look, I want to wish you both a happy Labor Day weekend. We are celebrating the movement that brought us the weekend, that gave us the minimum wage and the Fair Labor Standards Act, and time and a half for overtime. And I want to give each of you just a chance to wish everybody a happy Labor Day and give us any closing thoughts you have. Sam, let's start with you.
Yeah, happy Labor Day. It's a poignant one for us. I think a particularly proud one for us, having just settled this contract. And we look forward to, nothing would make us happier, I think, than seeing our victory here galvanize the expansion of the labor movement in higher ed, both within our university. There are still staff members at AU who aren't unionized yet, and then across the DMV. To the other campuses across the DMV. So if to anybody watching, it's possible, and the benefits are absolutely worth the effort.
Aubrey.
Yeah, I'll echo what Sam says. Absolutely, happy Labor Day. As our backgrounds say, we fought, we won. It is absolutely worth fighting. If you are considering getting involved in a union drive, if you are, considering pushing for a better contract than what you've had in the past, it is possible. It is worth it if you band together with your colleagues and really genuinely develop the depth of community and care and boldness that you need to do this work. It is 100% possible to improve your lives.
Thank you both for your efforts. Please say hi to all my friends at SEIU 500. Say hi to all my friends at American University, which is very close to my heart. And I'll be seeing everybody on Labor Day itself on Monday out at the Kensington Labor Day Parade and also the Gaithersburg Labor Day Parade. So everybody come on out and celebrate this great movement, which is so important to American democracy. Happy Labor Day, everyone, and congratulations to you both on being our local heroes.
Thank you.
Yeah.